What's up, gang? It's Keg from Nuke the House Sports Betting here to give out some bets for today's NASCAR Cup Series race at Atlanta Motor Speedway, the Ambetter 400. First, Nuke the House is currently available on the Odd Chopper Tales platform. We're selling weekly and monthly NASCAR packages, which include subscriber in-game betting shows and everything in between to get you guys set for the upcoming NASCAR season. All premium wagers are fully tracked on the nukethehouse.com platform. So if you guys want to see what we've done in 2024, you guys can go and check us out there. We only bet one unit max risk. We absolutely crushed 2024. So if you guys are into NASCAR, I encourage everybody to come and check us out. Okay, let's get into it, boys. If you watched the Friday video, I mentioned that Kyle Busch in the truck race was going to be very tough to beat. He was your odds-on favorite. He ends up getting it done. I mentioned in the Xfinity race in the Friday video that Austin Hill was your odds-on favorite. He was going to be almost impossible to beat. I said that you would probably have to get creative with parlays if you guys really wanted to bank profit. And what happened? If you were able to watch our free live betting show on Nuke the House YouTube, we were able to grab Austin Hill at 13 to 1, at 7 to 1, and at 4 to 1 in a few parlays. Ends up being a very solid day. This race, however, is going to be a lot tougher because the level of competition in this race compared to what we saw yesterday, absolutely night and day. So we're at Atlanta Motor Speedway. It's a 1.5 mile track. It was reconfigured back in 2022, basically a super speedway now. It used to be a cookie cutter oval like a Texas or a Charlotte or a Kansas, but it's no longer like that. It's a lot closer to Daytona and Talladega than it is to a Las Vegas or a Texas, right? So on the Friday video, I said I thought Penske Motorsports basically deserved to be the overwhelming favorite in this race team wise. And what did they do? They went out and absolutely crushed qualifying. All three Penske cars qualified in the top four. Ryan Blaney gets the pole. I think Austin Cindric qualified second. Joey Logano qualified fourth. 10 out of the top 11 cars in qualifying were Fords. That's about as dominant as I can remember a manufacturer being at Atlanta in a very long time. So let's get into the bets. As far as the outright market, Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano are going to be hard to beat in terms of raw horsepower. The problem is this track is very volatile now because it plays towards the Daytona or a Talladega. So raw speed, raw power doesn't necessarily mean anything here because of how volatile the track can be. But I'm gonna stick with the Ford theme here. The outrights that I would be leaning towards pre-race right now would be Joey Logano at 10 to 1 at FanDuel, Ryan Blaney at plus 750 at FanDuel, Brad Keselowski, another Ford, 20 to 1 at DraftKings, Todd Gilliland, 35 to 1 at Caesars, and Noah Gragson, 50 to 1 at DraftKings. All Fords. Now, I don't like to tell people to just jump into the deep end and expose yourself that heavily on a track like that. So what I would do is I would take advantage of the free promo code so you guys can get the subscriber only in-game betting show tomorrow and bet along with us rather than getting overexposed pre-flop in such a volatile race. That's what I would tell you guys to do in terms of the outright market. That's the best advice I can give you. Come bet with us rather than just throw it out there. Props wise, These are the props that I like for tomorrow. Front Front Row Motorsports over Spire Motorsports, minus 125, currently available at Caesars. Pretty simple handicap, despite the volatility in the race. Like I said, I really believe right now Ford just has more power in this super speedway package than Chevy and Toyota do. And to me, it's not really debatable considering what we saw in qualifying and what we saw last year. All three front row cars qualified in the top 10, and they are all very capable of strong finishes. While I do think that Chevy is probably the second best manufacturer today in the race, definitely, I will take my chances with that crew against the likes of Justin Haley for Spire, Michael McDowell for Spire, and Carson Hocevar. They're all solid in the format, but right now, raw power wise, give me Front Row Motorsports minus 125 over Spire. Sticking with Ford, we're going to go with Ford to win the race as your winning manufacturer at plus 110. That's currently available at BetMGM for many of the reasons that I just mentioned in the last 5 minutes of the video. Plus, I think that Penske has basically been a cheat code on this racetrack the last few years. You know, the current price right now for winning team at Bet Rivers is plus 250 for Penske. That is a dollar off the current market at any sports book you look at legally right now. So if you can actually get money down at BR and your account's not burned, I don't hate it. I don't hate Penske at plus 250, considering what the market is doing right now and considering how great they looked in qualifying earlier on Saturday. So that's what we're going to go with. We're going to go with winning manufacturer, Ford. We're going to go with Front Row Motorsports over Spire Motorsports. And one more bet I like, group bet. Group A at Caesars. I like Joey Logano plus 240 and Ryan Blaney plus 220 over Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin. I'm taking half the group. Hopefully, I pick up a little bit more than a unit's profit in the end. When I bet groups in NASCAR, I tend to bet two of the four, and we're gonna stick with Ford. It's gonna be a Ford. We're gonna live and die by Ford today, basically. So that's where we're at, boys. Use that free promo code. Come hang out with the crew tomorrow at Nuke the House, and that's it. We will see you guys next week for the first road course of the year at Coda. Later.